Hi all, thank you all for joining us. We're just getting started. Melissa, just give me a thumbs up when we have everybody joining us, and then we'll get started. While we're waiting for everyone else to join in the chat, please go ahead, tell us where you're joining us from today. Awesome. I think we'll go ahead and get started then. Hi, Carmen. Thank you for joining us. All right. Well, thank you all so much for coming. We're so excited. This is our second ever virtual pop-up, and my name is Jerry, and I will be hosting our pop-up today. I am a user experience designer, and I am also a member of the TheWMarketplace advisory board. For those of you who may not be familiar with the TheWMarketplace, it's an e-commerce platform that brings together women-led, owned products and services all in one place. You know, you can go shop, you can connect, you can learn from all women of all walks of life, and help to bridge the gender gap and empower each other, and all in the same place. So as you know, Juneteenth is just right around the corner on Saturday, and today I am so pleased and honored to recognize and empower 6 Black-owned Black businesses in the marketplace in celebration of freedom. I think a lot of us are familiar with Juneteenth now. It's getting more and more popular. But just to give you a very brief history of why we're celebrating this Day of Freedom, it's a commemoration of the emancipation of enslaved people in the United States. And this happened in June 19th of 1865. This is 2 years later after the Emancipation of Proclamation issued by President Abraham Lincoln. So it's a reminder of the incredible sacrifice that has been paid for the freedom that we enjoy right now, but also gives us hope for the future. So in this second ever pop-up, I'm so excited. Like I said, I'm going to be hosting and bringing these incredible women together. So just to give you an idea of how the day is going to go, we have about 45 minutes together, and we're going to invite each one of our guests here one by one. And they're going to introduce their business, tell us all about their products, and then we'll bring everybody in for a final panel discussion. And then during that time, I'll be also able to ask any of the questions that you might have. What I would ask you to do during this time is to please go completely on mute, and then also turn off your video so that we're showcasing all of these wonderful businesses. And then feel free to also just send any kind of questions that you may have in the chat, or any kudos, anything that you like. Also, you can never, there can never be enough encouragement. So I encourage you to do that. So that being said, I am going to go ahead and welcome our first guest. Please help me welcome Erika Dalya Massaquoi, the founder and CEO of the Oula company.
Hey,
hi, Erika.
How are you? So
Thank
good to see you.
Thank you so much for joining us. I am so excited to learn all about everything that you're doing. Please go ahead and introduce yourself and your business.
Absolutely. My name is Erika Dalya Massaquoi, and as you stated before, I'm founder and CEO of the Oula company. Oula means really resilience, and it's named after my great-grandmother. Her name was Lula, so it's a derivation of her name. And what we do is that we use ACARRE, African fabric, dead stock fabric, as well as vintage fabric and upcycled fabric to make women's wear designs that are based on my collection of vintage from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It's also a way to pay homage to my mother, who was an amazing stylist herself. She always was in an amazing caftan, an amazing tunic. I grew up in an African-American Muslim household, so there was a great focus on modest dress. And I saw these beautiful tunics made of vintage designs and also African ACARRE that she used to wear from morning to night. So it could take her from dropping us off at school to, you know, meetings in the middle of the day until cooking dinner. So I really wanted to pay homage to her style. And I was just in love with American sportswear in general, because for me, that's where fashion really made sense. And I wanted to create designs that could celebrate Black joy, you know, so really it's celebratory mode. It's about Black joy and women, regardless of their race, color, or creed, being able to also change the iconography around Blackness and to celebrate those moments of beauty and celebration and cultural pride. So we've been able to do that. I started really small. I bootstrapped the company myself. I started in 2015 with small pop-ups and trunk shows. And just with this last spring, we're featured in Nordstrom online and in the New York and Atlanta stores. And starting with our fall collection, we'll also be in San Diego and Houston and Miami stores. And Miami is my hometown. So I'm really, really excited about that. So
Erika, do you have like one that you can show us?
I'm wearing
you
one.
Have like a piece?
I'm always Oula.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing my Juneteenth red colors today.
Love it.
This is like the midi dress, a split sleeve, poplin top. A lot of our styles are really one size. So if you are between 5'3" and 5'10" and a small through large, our one size will fit you. And we also do small, medium, large, and extra large as well. So we do dresses. We do tunics. A lot of our pieces are meant to be worn more than one way. So our tunics, you can wear them with a belt, without a belt. You can wear them as a top. You can wear them with jeans or with leggings. They're seasonless. They're meant to be worn year round. So for instance, what I'm wearing today, I also wore an iteration of it on Christmas Day.
I think like what outside. I love the most about your pieces, honestly, is that first and foremost, you could wear them all year long, but they're easy silhouettes, right? They're just so simple and easy, especially now that we're, you know, working a lot from home. And, you know, we're sitting a lot. You could wear this, be comfortable, but look nice.
And be finished.
And be finished. Yeah.
And then look like pulled together. So that was the idea, that you didn't even have to put on a lot of jewelry. I mean, I feel like the vibrant prints speak for themselves. And so when you put it on, you're comfortable, you're dynamic, and you're being able to, I don't know, exude confidence and exude joy at the same time. And it's an easy, everyday elegance that you can wear. So we also have this style. We have it in the midi, but we've also done it in a day dress, shorter for summer. We have a convertible dress and you can wear off the sleeve. And so what I will do is that every season I'll present like a new silhouette, but our classics will always be available for our customers. What I found is that if a customer finds a silhouette or a couple of silhouettes that they love, they'll just continue buying it in different prints. And there will always be an amazing print. Everything we do is small batch and unique. We don't, at this point, make more than 100 dresses in any particular print, so you won't see yourself walking around the corner. It's really wearable art. And my hope is that it's something that will never end up in the landfill, that you'll have it for the rest of your life. And even if you see it in a vintage store, you know, 50 years from now, it'll still be in mint condition.
And you have a trunk show coming up pretty soon, right?
Yes. To celebrate Juneteenth, I just relocated to Denver in January from Seattle, where I started my company. So on Juneteenth here in Denver at A-Line Boutique in Cherry Creek, I'll be in the store for a trunk show from noon to 4, and we're going to have a pop-up. And I also had a trunk show at Matriarch Mercantile week before last, and through the months of June and July. You can also see and experience Oula in person at Matriarch Mercantile. And of course, at Nordstrom.com, the new spring line the new summer line goes live there any day now. It's just been selling out, and you can always find our designs at TheWMarketplace.com.
Thank you so much, Erika. Really appreciate you coming on and sharing your
course.
beautiful wearable arts with us. I'm so excited. I really encourage you to dig more into this company. They're also doing amazing things around sustainability. So thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you in a moment as well.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next, we're going to have Tracey Kearse from the ACARRE company as well. Please, let's go ahead and present her. She makes wonderful beauty products. Hi, Tracey.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you so much for joining us. Please go ahead and introduce yourself and, of course, introduce ACARRE.
No problem. So, hi everybody. My name is Tracey Kearse. I'm the founder and chemist behind ACARRE. Launched in 2018. ACARRE is all about multi-use bioactive beauty products that help to balance the microbiome for healthy scalp and skin. And it's based on using ingredients of plant biodiversity from African and Pacific Islander ancestry elements. One of the products, or the hero product, is Beauty Edit, which is a multi-use bioactive dry oil. You can use it on your face as far as like your last step in your skincare routine, whether in the daytime before your SPF or as a last step at night. And what it actually helps is balance the microbiome, meaning the first layer of our face of our skin. We get whether any type of imbalance, activity, from acne to eczema to dullness. And this is what Beauty Edit will definitely help. The same thing with the scalp in terms of any type of irritations or just wanting, the extra hydration to really help promote the healthy scalp and skin. And in addition to in addition to the oil, we also offer a gua sha tool that helps with microcirculation, contouring. You can put it in the fridge to help with depuffing under the eyes, and also as a massage to your scalp. And once you place the oil in your scalp, you can also use it as a massaging tool to help massage the oil deeper into the skin, to the scalp. Same with the skin, and just help in terms of creating that healthy scalp and skin. So
I when I was reading and learning about your product, I read that it's bioactive. Can you please help us understand why that's important when it comes to the way you formulated the ingredients?
Right. So in terms of bioactive, meaning that the product or the ingredients in there, one, they actually react with the natural elements in our skin. So obviously, we start off with plump, even glow when we're born. And as we age, things start to transform as we get older, unfortunately. But the thing that we want to do is, as we age, we lose certain elements, and Beauty Edit with the essential ingredients like squalane, lahari melon, neroli, just to name a few, help put those vitamins and nutrients back into the skin. So when it comes to bioactive, really reacting with the natural skin elements to bring it back to healthy state.
Got it. How about, we've been told, there's assumption that if you have oily skin, you shouldn't put on oil. Like, is this going to be oily, skin friendly, dry skin friendly?
Right. It's definitely suitable for all skin types, especially oily skin types, because it is a dry oil. It doesn't sit on top of the skin. It's really light. It drinks into the skin, so you won't have that heavy feel or even greasy look. It'll really just give you a nice, flush, I would say subtle glow. So, there are people I'm aware of that are skeptical of using an oil on oily skin, but it's actually based on a dry oil. It's beneficial to help balance, because the oil on our skin is excess sebum. And so the oil itself is helping to rebalance that for an even, balance of good and bad bacteria.
Gotcha. How about kids? Like, can I use this on my niece, like on her scalp, for example? She tends to have dry scalp sometimes.
Definitely. It's suitable for kids. I actually have a lot of friends that use it on their kids' hair. And, everybody has different hair types. So even from the, as far as, I don't want to say thinner, but just more finer, softer hair texture to coarser texture, because it's on the scalp, That's really where, it's penetrating versus like on the hair strand. So it helps promote the healthiness of the scalp to grow, healthy hair.
Gotcha. And then with the gua sha, you're massaging, stimulating,
Yeah,
more blood
exactly.
flow. Hello, bring on the hair growth.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I also hear you have some giveaways. Can you please tell our audience what the giveaways are?
Sure. So on June 19th, on ACARRE Beauty social media, we'll be posting a giveaway of the Beauty Edit tool. I'm sorry, Beauty Edit and the Gua Sha tool, but it's in partnership with another brand, Canvy. So it'll be our products plus some of their hair care products as well. So it would be a really, really awesome, giveaway that I suggest everybody enter into. You'll definitely, it'd be the scalp and skin giveaway of your dreams.
Honestly, you really can't go wrong with like a single product that you can put on from your head to your toes. So I highly encourage you to visit ACARRE on the TheWMarketplace. And of course, take advantage of the giveaway. Thank you so much, Tracey.
Thank you.
It was wonderful chatting with you. I will see you for the panel discussion later on.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right. Let's go ahead now and bring Memushu. She is a founder of Oula. It's an accessories brand sourced from Africa and designed in the USA. Hi, Memushu. Thank you so much for joining us. Please go ahead and introduce yourself as well as your brand. Oh, I think you're on mute.
Is Mamesho.
There we go. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Mamesho, and my brand is Oula. It's a handbag company where I incorporate leather with hand-woven African fabrics. So the fabrics come from several different African countries. I love to travel, and I also have a fetish of buying fabrics. So whenever I would travel to countries, I would just notice just the different types of fabrics that they have that are not wax. So these are fabrics that are associated with these countries and certain local cultures. So I really became interested in them, and I wanted to showcase them to the West to show how, these fabrics could be used, and also to show that it's not only wax. Wax is actually not even African. It didn't derive from the continent, but to show that fabrics that actually derived from the continents. So, in each country that I visited, I've purchased something that's synonymous to that culture and country and to certain cultures in that country.
Gotcha. And I didn't realize that wax didn't actually originate from Africa. So that's really great, like wax fabric. So that's really good to know. Can you tell us like what the name means? Like, I love the name. It's so pretty.
Sure. So the name Umua means beautiful. You're beautiful in the Ashwambo language from Namibia.
Gotcha.
I wanted something that, I'm not from Namibia, I'm originally from Sierra Leone, but I wanted something that's not associated with Sierra Leone per se, but means beautiful, but comes from another country, just to show the fact that we have to learn about other African countries and other African cultures and not just our own. And I think that's also what's different with my brand, is that I showcase different African countries and different cultures and fabrics from all of those countries, just to show the uniqueness of the African culture.
I love it. Do you have one that you could show us maybe? That would be awesome. Please do.
So, actually, I also showcase a different fabric each month on Instagram and social media. So this month I'm showcasing the country cloth, which is from Sierra Leone. And I also have a new bag called the Hindo 2 Messenger bag. And this is, it's the Hindo 2 because I also have the Hindo Messenger bag, which also showcases the country cloth fabric.
I love this. So
these are going to be on sale this month, Juneteenth, and also for Father's Day.
Awesome. And correct me if I'm wrong, like these are handmade, right?
Yeah, these fabrics, all of my fabrics are hand woven. fabrics.
Yeah,
Yes.
like
By
I
the local
zoomed in
community.
on your
Mhm.
products and you can tell they're very, very high quality.
Thank
I'm
you.
definitely more of a backpack girl for sure.
Okay.
What's like your everyday bag?
So I have backpacks as well. I don't know if you saw it in the
Yeah, I
Marketplace.
did.
So in the backpacks, I don't have it with me now, but the
Yeah.
backpacks are Bogalon from Ghana. They're made from that. And what was your question? What's my favorite?
What's your like everyday bag? What's like your
Oh,
go-to
so
bag
you
that you wear
know,
every day?
I like to market my brand. So I wear a different bag
Every day?
Yeah. It all depends on
Smart
where I'm
lady.
going.
Yeah, that's the way to
Depends
do
on
it.
where I'm going, the people I'm going to see, so that they can see my bag, and that way I know, even if they don't buy it, but I get a reaction from them. Oh, that's really nice, So that's when I know, okay, maybe I should keep on going with this bag or leave this bag aside. So that's how I can tell like what people want and what people like.
Sure. Like, I mean, they're obviously like very high quality and very
Thank
well
you.
made, but there's
Thank you.
definitely like this level of fun in the design that I really appreciate.
Oh.
So why not wear different bags every day?
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly. And the thing with my brand is I don't, like I mentioned, I do focus on fabrics because that's I love fabrics, but I also focus on items that are synonymous to a country. So for example, I have for my Neander clutch, I have beadwork. These are Ndebele beadwork from South Africa, and these are also hand work. They're not machine made. They're
Absolutely
by hand.
gorgeous.
And yeah, so I thank you very much. So each item that I try to incorporate with my bags, I try to pull it from certain cultures of an African country.
Love it. Tell us a little bit more of the sale that you're having. You mentioned you're having a sale.
Yes. So the sale that I'm going to definitely feature my bags that has the country cloth from Sierra Leone, which is for the month of June, and starting on Juneteenth. But I also want to commemorate Father's Day. So these messenger bags will also be on sale for Father's Day as well. For Juneteenth, I'll have other items on sale such as the clutch bag, the Neander clutch bag. And also we started selling not only handbags, but sandals. It's summertime. You can also purchase sandals from our website on the TheWMarketplace.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to meet you. Wonderful to hear about your beautiful products and, celebrating African culture in the US. Don't forget to visit Oula on the TheWMarketplace, and I will see you in a couple of minutes for the panel discussion.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next, we are going to bring Dana Walker Jackson, and she is a founder of the Pretty by Cinderella's Closets. It's a specialty lingerie boutique located in California. And I gotta say, Danya, like I absolutely love your story. Can you just please share like what inspired you to start this company and just a little bit more about your brand?
Yes, absolutely, Jerry. And good afternoon to the Facebook family out there. My name is Dana Walker Jackson, and I'm the proud owner of Pretty by Cinderella's Closet. And my story began in 2013. I heard the words, "You have breast cancer." And my husband and I, we went through the journey. We got through the journey by standing firm in our faith and knowing that God had a plan for my life. And I told myself once I got through my journey, I wanted to open up a boutique that would cater to breast cancer survivors. I opened up my boutique March 3rd, 2020. And we all know the story after that, right? 2 weeks later, COVID hit.
We're still in it.
Still in it. So COVID hit and no one was coming out, especially my breast cancer fighters and survivors, because they're a sensitive population. So what I had to do is, and a lot of businesses are using this word and I've heard this word, I had to pivot in my business. I had to figure out what skill do I have that I can use elsewhere. And that skill was bra fitting. So what I did was I opened it up. I said, if I can fit a post-mastectomy client, I can fit a traditional bra wearer.
Sure.
And yes. And what I found, my post-mastectomy clients and my traditional bra wearers, they had the same thing in common. They wanted bras that were comfortable.
Oh,
supportive.
Don't even get me started.
Supportive to hold the girls up. And they also wanted something that was pretty.
Sure.
So that's where Pretty by Cinderella's Closet was born. I took the show out on the road in the month of October to celebrate Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We educated women about making sure they go get their mammograms. If they see something, say something to their doctors. It was such a huge event. I rented a hotel room in Los Angeles, and we fit women from Friday to Sunday. And I said, okay, this is something that I need to add into my product line, which is traditional bras. And then we partner with the TheWMarketplace, where we were able to put the bras up on the marketplace for women to come and shop. And one of the things that I truly do with my clients, I'm not just a seller, I'm an educator.
Sure.
Because I tell all my clients, when you're going to the other department stores to buy your bras, you are only getting what the largest size that they have. So all my clients come in saying they're double D's or triple D's, because that's the largest size that they have on the shelf.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yes.
They're fitting you into their inventory.
Yeah. So here at Cinderella's Closet Lingerie, we cater to band sizes from AA to O. I'm sorry, cup sizes from AA to O.
Okay.
Band sizes from 28 to 52.
That's
so we got you
inclusive.
Covered.
Yeah, I want to see one. Can you please show us some of your products?
We have this up on here. This is by Curvy Couture. This is one of the latest ones. We can't keep this in the store. It's flying off the shelf. And it comes with a matching panty. And then I also have clients that don't want the wire. Even though underwire, if you have a properly fit bra, this is what I'm talking about, education, that underwire shouldn't bother you, because the underwire is to give you that lift and that support. So whenever my clients come in, I tell them that wire should be behind that breast tissue.
So the issue is not the wire, it's the fitting.
It's the fitting. That's why it's very important.
I see.
And I tell my clients, whether you come here after today or you go somewhere else, there's 3 points you should know. Your bra should tack in the middle. Your bra strap in the back should be down in the middle in your back. And your wire should be behind your breast tissue. Those are the 3 points that are very important when you are going out and looking for a bra.
Gotcha.
But here's another brand that we have that we carry in store. And this is wire free. I
see. And does this, it's wire free, does this provide the level of support that you need?
Wire free will provide support, but you won't have the lift. You won't have that wire, which gives you that lift. Let me just tell you this really quick.
This is for the daytime.
I have a client who's 74 years old, and I convinced her to wear a wire supported bra. She was in the mall and she called me. She says, Dana, the girls are standing up. Because she had that lift.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, I can't even find mine. I need all the support I can get.
As we get older, gravity takes place, right?
This is amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
And you have a pop-up soon, right?
Yes. I do have a pop-up coming up on June 26th. So I ask everyone to message me and I will give you the location, because it's at a residence. We don't want to put it out there publicly, but if you contact me, I'll let you know where I'll be. I'll be in LA on June 26th, and we'll be doing bra fitting. We're taking all the inventory out.
Amazing. And of course, Pretty by Cinderella's Closet is also in the TheWMarketplace. And I just encourage you to go and read about all these incredible things she's doing for, cancer fighters and survivors. I can definitely relate to this. I have a family member who's just gone through this. And so just when I read this story, it really did warm my heart. So you're doing God's work. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Dana. I will see you in a moment.
Absolutely.
Thanks. All right. Next, we are going to be welcoming Lanee. She is the founder of Alchemy. It's a jewelry line. Hi, Lanee. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. I'm so happy that you're able to join us. Please introduce your brand and your business to our audience.
Okay, well, my name is Lanee of Lanee's Resin Alchemy, and what I do is I make handmade pendants with resin, crystals, and plants. And I combine that into unique ways that represent, things that I had to reflect on as someone who's a spiritual practitioner. A lot of this was inspired by my own personal spiritual journey, and I started making these pieces back in 2016 when I was actually working at it's called the Institute of Holistic Studies in Hudson Valley, New York, but it's like a retreat center. And how I got started was I can't even really say how I found resin, really, but I knew that I didn't want to do bead work. I didn't want to do metal work. I didn't want to do everything everyone else was doing. So I started experimenting, and I realized that you can use resin for so many different things. So I'm actually going to expand. Since I've gained more skill now, I'm going to expand my skill set and start doing larger projects.
I love it. I looked at your pieces and they really truly are like a piece of artwork. Like honestly, when you look at them, I feel like you can dress them up with like something very like elegant, and you could also like kind of dress them down and be like casual, like for everyday wear. Do you have one that you could show us?
Yes, I have this one. This is actually what I'm wearing now. This one is called
Jess.
Yes, this one is called Ambire, and it's a combination of a plant leaf and sodalite crystals. And sodalite is good for communication with the throat chakra. So I use these crystals in my work to represent different things, for like healing purposes, or if you want to increase positive energy in your life, you'll wear these. So yeah.
Interesting. So it's like fashion with purpose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love it. And will I like know like what's the right, jewelry for me to get depending on like the type of energy that I'm trying to invite in my life? Like how would I go about doing that?
So this is the thing. I usually do consultations with people to have them make a custom made item for them based on their energy or whatever. But if there's something that draws your eye, because it's just like crystals, like I have a piece of citrine right here, like whatever attracts your eye is what I believe is meant for you, so
like calling your name.
Yes. So
yeah, that's awesome. And you have like some visual media background, right? So this is like where you're bringing a lot of that creativity. Like where are you getting your inspiration? These are just gorgeous.
Thank you. So my inspiration just comes from my personal journey, and because I'm also like highly intuitive, and like I said, I'm very, very into like studying energy work and chakras and meditation, all these things, and that's basically where a lot of my inspiration comes from. So it's like whatever abstract ideas I have about something, I can now materialize it in jewelry, or in artwork, or in furniture, which is a project that I'm working on right now. So, it's just about finding the right medium.
I love it. So it's like listening in to that voice inside and just following suit. I love that. And you have a sale, I believe, right? Can you please tell our audience a little bit about that?
Yes, I have a sale going on. Well, I will have a sale going on June 19th. I'm going to put everything up for sale on that shop because I'm getting ready to like I said, I'm getting ready to do larger projects now, and I just want to make sure everything is available for everyone, and whatever draws them, I feel like it's for you. So.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Lanee. Thank you for sharing your beautiful work with purpose. And we will see you in a moment for the panel discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Last but definitely to introduce the founder of Sunsum, the International Living. Her name is Akilah Jackson. Hi, Akilah.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us.
Intentional.
Intentional living.
I mean, but I would love to live internationally. I mean, I'm working on that. Maybe you guys can help me get there.
That makes sense. All of your products are very intentionally made.
Yes,
and I apologize for mispronouncing the name. Please go ahead and introduce your products and your brand.
Okay, Jerry, it's okay. Listen, you can relax with me. And I'm hoping that's the kind of vibe and experience everybody will get. Behind me, you'll kind of see what I'm doing here. I just got to Las Vegas less than 2 months ago, and I'm trying to take over. My brand is all about creating a cross-cultural dialogue and framework for self-care and mindfulness. And the reason why I started doing this is because I also, just like some of the other ladies here, started this during the pandemic, but actually before the pandemic, but kind of like while the pandemic was evolving. And I was actually taking a candle workshop in Korea. I was in Seoul in March, and they started shutting down borders. And then shortly after that, I said, I was already inspired. I knew I wanted to do something. But then after the whole George Floyd thing and just so much gratuitous acts of violence against people of color, I just can't take it anymore. And you know what really trips me out, when you're traveling, you have you have access to very few American products as it is, other than like the big boys, like McDonald's, New Balance, things like that. But like while I'm in transit, it's like, gosh, I can't even get access to any of the products or food or anything that would make me feel good right now because I'm stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I want to get some like shea butter, anything.
Yes.
Good luck getting that in any airport, any hotel, anything, especially if you're coming from Asia to here, okay? And I, at the time, was living in Lafayette, Louisiana. I'm originally from the DC area, and my Black experience is very multicultural. I have a lot of African and Caribbean influence in my heritage, as well as Creole. My father and my whole paternal side of the family is from Louisiana. So we're loud, we're boisterous, we're fun, we're lively. But if you know anything about Louisiana and the experience there, very multicultural. So Sunsum actually stands for the human spirit. And it's part of the Ashan and Akan people, their language and visual communication system called the Adinkra, and they're based in Ghana. So like, even though I'm not from Ghana, like that's less important. It's about the connection. It's about the vibe. And I want people to start, I want to start introducing more products and concepts and frameworks for wellness that aren't as it's not something you would typically see. I think we're antagonized by the lack of access to products and brands that kind of resonate with us. They got a little jazz in them. I mean, you look at this in the background. It's kind of groovy, right?
I love it.
Even the symbols. I love the Adinkra so much because they're so colorful. Wait, I'm gonna try
I was going to ask you about the symbols on your candle. Can you show us your candles, please, and just show this symbol?
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Can you see? I just switched the camera around.
Yeah.
What? I love this software. So we got a lot going on here. Okay. So Sunsum. This was the very first one, and so the Western interpretation, the closest thing that we have is the word soul. So what I try to do in a lot of my products is have the original symbol, my interpretation of it, the original visual meaning or the reference to it, as well as the westernized, I guess equivalent. So you'll see in a lot of my products and brands. So I want people to feel like they can have access to this knowledge and maybe even start this conversation by first bringing products into their home, giving them as gifts, but then even exploring like more meaning or deriving more meaning. These candles were originally created as intention candles, and I started doing wholesale. So you can even purchase wholesale from me from several marketplaces or directly.
Amazing. Awesome. And you're extending your product line, right?
Yes,
yes. Beyond candles. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I already had the tattoos. These are temp tats. But I'm actually, I got wax melts. I'm going to be doing some more like Palo Santo. But then also I'm looking at sourcing with some other small business owners for different kinds of things that just kind of go with the brand, things that I like, for instance, I love Kyrie shells. And I saw this is handmade. And ironically, this isn't even African. This is handmade from a merchant who's Indian. And I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's all love. It's one love here. She even has matching earrings. I was like, let me show those off. So,
I love it. And you're also doing like in-person debut, right? Where you are right now. Okay.
I'm switching back.
Okay. Sounds good.
So like I mentioned, the purpose of the brand is really to start creating this cross-cultural dialogue, to give people a framework. I wanted to go big. I'm currently on marketplaces like Walmart, Wayfair, and things like that, but I'm looking to go bigger than that. I really want to boutiques, but pandemic changed things. So I'm going to be starting to do my rounds now, in-person rounds. So
love it.
My very first in-person will be at the Melanin Market, which is at the Bottega Exchange in Las Vegas, because that's my new home.
Okay.
And so I'm going to be there with other wonderful brands, Black and brown people, all exchanging information, ideas, selling, vending, eating some good food.
Yes.
And it's really in honor of Father's Day as well as Juneteenth. It's for everything. It's for the whole weekend, the whole experience. So I'm looking forward to meeting my community and just kind of sliding right in like I always do, and just continue to meet more vendors and more suppliers and just continue this conversation and, show the world that instead of focusing on our differences, we really should be focusing more on our sameness, right? Like what makes us really connected? What are the intersectionalities? I could probably talk on and on and on about all the things that I think I have, and I'm sure you can as well. But
absolutely,
that's where this is. This is really a starting point, and it also could be something to continue that conversation going for people who are already familiar with like the different symbols as well as like the language and the culture. And
you'll ask, right?
So all of that.
What does this mean? I wonder what this symbol means, right? I think what I love most about your what you're doing is you're using products that we would use every day, like something like candle, but reminding us, to practice mindfulness through affirmations and also just ask like bigger questions. And I love that. And everybody, I also got to give a big shout out to Akilah, because this was actually her idea for us to be bringing these pop-ups to your birthday. So kudos to you and your ideas. Love it.
Oh, well, thank you. It's not just me. It's all of us. It's all of us. Look at all these wonderful vendors.
I know.
I'm
going
to be looking everybody up, especially those bags.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
All right. I think what we're going to do now is let's go ahead and bring everybody in. And I'm going to just be asking you a couple of questions in light of Juneteenth. Let's see. Do we have Erika? Perfect. I think we're one, two. Oh, all right. Awesome. I am so grateful, so honored to just have met you all and just learn about your stories. Every single person here is just so unique. I think I have two big questions. So the first one is, what do you believe is a winning formula to becoming a successful entrepreneur, especially as a Black entrepreneur? Erika, if you don't mind starting us off. And it looks like you're on mute, Erika.
Oh, am I on mute?
You're okay now. You're good now.
Oh,
You're
am
good
I good
now.
now? Yeah.
Yep, you're
Hey
good
there.
now.
I would just say hard work and authenticity, having
Okay.
a brand that's true to you. I think customers really want to connect with authentic brand stories. And I feel like my brand specifically is a reflection of who I am. So everything that I create, you know, is something that I would wear. It really reflects my lifestyle. And if you work hard, you can be ready to meet the moment of opportunity, like I was with the Nordstrom opportunity.
Sure.
When I had the opportunity, I was ready to meet it. And so that's really the feedback that I would get. I mean, there's no shortcut. It's, you know, everything is hard. You'll make a lot of mistakes, but you know, if you make mistakes, that means that you're growing. But if you are resilient, I think that if you're resilient and if you're true to yourself, and if you're disciplined, you can make it happen. I will also caution that there is really room for balance. I love all the wellness companies out here now, because as entrepreneurs, we have the capacity to just work ourselves to the bone, and you end out burned out. And if you're burned out, you're no good for your company, you're no good for yourself. So it's really important as Black women that we really, really go that extra mile to take care of ourselves and try to have balance in our lives.
I love that. I love that. I think the biggest thing that I just got from what you've just said is preparation meets opportunity, right?
Yeah.
You got to prepare. And then when that opportunity comes, you bounce.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Who else would like to share your winning formula for becoming a successful entrepreneur, but specifically a successful Black entrepreneur woman?
This is Dana, and I think it starts with your purpose. Find out what your purpose is. And once you find that, you work from passion. You know, if I didn't have the passion to do what I was doing, if I was chasing that dollar, I would have closed shop, because nobody was coming in during COVID. But every day I got up and I came into my store because my passion to help my breast cancer survivors or help women get fitted in bras, that's what fueled me to keep going. Now, don't misunderstand me. You need that coin to keep the lights on.
Sure.
But if that's what you're chasing, once it stops, you'll stop.
Hard work driven by purpose.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Anyone else want to add to that? Tracey, Lanee, any one of you can jump on. Of course, Akilah, please go ahead.
Those ladies couldn't have said it better than me, but I was definitely thinking along the lines of purpose and passion. Like, you know, I started touching into it, but it's so deep. Like these candles, these products, what they mean to me, they really do hit a chord with me and my own personal feelings. And it's actually really hard to work with anybody who does marketing and branding, because they're like, when they talk to me, they're like, man, this seems very personal for you. I'm like, no, it is. This is 100% who I am, how I feel, why I feel this way. And I know I'm not alone. And I know that there's other people out here that are also antagonized by the lack of representation in retail, as well as even the wholesale side. You think retail's bad.
Sure.
The wholesale world is even worse. I really think that you have to be able to turn your pain, your frustration into power. Use that creative energy instead of just being stuck in victimhood and things don't go your way. Pivot, do something different. Take that passion and do something positive with it. And I don't even think I'm a success yet, but I think I'm going to grow up to be a success someday.
You're on that path. You're on that path.
Absolutely.
And I see Lanee like nodding her head. Is there things that's being said that's resonating with you? Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with everybody said. For me, it's about belief, because sometimes I feel like I'm so far out there that people aren't going to get what I'm bringing to the table, you know, like pulling abstract ideas and then making them tangible for, you know, the rest of the world, rest of the planet to, you know, experience is like a very particular skill set to have. So it really, for me, it was about belief. Believe. If it sounds crazy, do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Mamushu or Tracey? Anything else to add? Oh, I think you're on mute.
Sorry. I would
No
say
worries.
thinking positively,
Okay.
because a lot of times, especially when you started, you always have all these doubts in your head. Is it going to work out with people want to buy your products? And even telling people close to you about.
Oh, did she go? I think she went. Oh, there you are. You're back. You're back. Can you hear us okay? Tracey, why don't you go ahead and you can go ahead while Mamushu figures out her tech issue.
Yeah, no, I mean, everything that everybody is saying is definitely, the passion, the purpose, the authenticity. And just, as far as my standpoint, like I have a background in chemical engineering. And so to develop a line based on like the microbiome is something that you don't really see us speaking a lot about. So being able to bring, that type of newness and innovation and really see like results from the products that I'm creating is just, it's that passion that, I can bring that to people. It is why I do what I do, and just being able to multitask, hopefully, the living room out there is staying safe with my 5-year-old running around while I'm trying to do this, but we make do.
Yeah.
We're getting things done, but it's the passion for everything.
And
Well,
it's
you
so-
heard it. Well,
Yeah.
Go ahead. Who said it?
No, it's so great to be a working mom too. I think owning your own business, the example that you're setting, for your
Right.
children. And for me, just the flexibility that I have to be present, for my
Exactly.
daughter. I'm working, 85% of the time, but she's the priority. And she works with me, and then I can work around her schedule. So that's been a blessing as well.
I love that. But well, you heard it. Hard work, authenticity, pain, like changing your pain to power, believing, being positive, and just having the guts to be innovative and doing something new. I do want to start wrapping up our conversation, but I do want to wrap up with a big question. In the spirit of Juneteenth, so much sacrifice has been paid for where we are right now, and there's so much to do as well. What is your dream for our society? It's a big one. Who wants to go first?
I will just say from my standpoint in terms of just not to see color, if that, I see my son when he goes to the playground, he's like, "Hi, my name is Prince. You want to play?" I wish the rest of the world was like that, where it just didn't matter. We all just got along.
Yeah. Who wants to go next?
I agree with Tracey. Just to have a colorless, what if we were all blind? What would we judge each other on?
Yeah.
If we were all blind, we wouldn't know. So if we could just love one another. We're celebrating Juneteenth, 1866, and we think we've come a long way. And the things that we're experiencing today, it looks like we're moving backwards. If we could all just come together, love one another, it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank, we were all made by one creator. Just get along. And he wants us to love each other.
Yeah.
Just think if I did for Tracey did for Jerry, if we all, instead of being selfish and did for one another, how much further we would be.
Love that.
Yeah.
Mamushu, how about you? What is your dream for our society in the wake of Juneteenth?
I would say don't let anything, and this is for everybody, don't let anything determine your success. So we're all women here. We're all women of color here. Don't think because I'm a woman, I'm a mother, I have other responsibilities, I'm Black. Don't allow that to determine or hold you back from being successful. You do be successful because you're a woman, because you're Black, because you're a mother. So I think that's for me. For me, I want everybody to have that in mind for any time, any observances, any day of the year, because that should push you forward in a
hold you back.
Love it. Akilah?
Yeah, I like, I want to expand upon a lot of what the other ladies have said as well. I agree with everyone. And I also wanted to challenge people with this thought. Like, we have allowed the mainstream culture and the structure to kind of dictate a lot about our identities and ourselves. And so many of us, I think, are so angry and frustrated because they don't know how to be authentic. They don't know really what their identity is. And they keep trying to attach themselves to a culture that wasn't meant for them. Right. And that causes a lot of conflict. And I think I would love to see a world where everyone can live and stand in their own truth and their own identity and their own culture and and be respected for what they are and who they are, no matter where they started from. And just feel comfortable enough to be able to walk into spaces, enter spaces, and even start conversations to expand people's worldviews. I know these are all high-level concepts, but it really comes down to focusing on mastering yourself first, and then exploring those concepts with others. And I think that's how we can get to the love. That's how we can get to getting rid of colorism and getting rid of racism. But it's really hard to get there when there's not a lot of people like us, ladies. Like, really, we are leaders of this. We may not consider ourselves like, part of identity politics, but unfortunately, that's the bucket we get thrown into as Black women, as business owners, as all kinds of stuff we've been through to get here. So, that would be my, I wish those things didn't exist, right? I wish that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Like, I wish like we were already mastering ourselves and having these conversations just naturally. Like, when you think of American culture, what is American culture? It's just violence, prejudice, discrimination. Like, I don't know. Like, that's what I see. I want us to heal. Can we just heal?
We're starting it right here with this conversation and seeding good seeds for the future. Lanee, how about you?
Me personally, I don't think there's a problem with seeing color. It's just about how people react to it, how they perceive it. Because love and fear do not exist in the same space at the same time. You have to choose. I believe in choosing love over fear above anything. And you can celebrate people's differences and cultures and, appearances, whatever. Because we're going that way. We're going that way. There's all kinds of people walking this planet right now that you would double take down the street any moment now. So it's just really about coming from a place of love and understanding and expanding that.
Love it. Erika, how about you help us kind of wrap up the day? What is your dream for our society?
I mean, I agree with Lanee. I mean, I feel like my project every day is to level the playing field and just to reframe the narrative around what Blackness is, and reframe the narrative, particularly in the retail space, around what Blackness is. So that is political and socially socially active in and of itself, but also to bring balance to that. I do a meditation every morning where it's about love, light, and peace, and a belief that, you will always go to good places and meet with good people who are doing good things. And that really, really resonates with me. The idea that you just can do really good work that is beautiful, and we're privileged to be able to be creatives who are even making beautiful work, and to be entrepreneurs. So that's really my hope and belief, that more and more spaces are open to people of color and women of color over the world who've given so much, so that, they can in turn level the playing field and share their beautiful work with more audiences. I think that that's really, really important. I think, love and belief is important, but I think fairness and being politically active and socially active is an important part of the work that we do as well.
Love that. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and see if there are any questions. Do we have any questions, Melissa, from the audience? that our guests can answer before we wrap up for the day? Let's see. I see Carmen said, I love what you just said, Akilah, not just me, it's all of us. Absolutely. All right. I think we don't have a lot of questions. We must have done a really good job, providing all the information that they needed. But you heard it here from the TheWMarketplace. Of course, you can find all of these ladies there. I really encourage you to go read their stories. They're all doing incredible work. And of course, the wisdom that they want to leave us with is, do good work. Start with yourself, right? From a place of love. And our hope for the future is, a place where sex, gender, color, none of that determines our success, but our hard work, our passion, and just for the sake of doing good work. So thank you, ladies, so much. So happy and so privileged that you have been able to join me today. And I feel so grateful that I have met you all. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you all.
Bye.